Okay, we can carry on with English for the rest of the morning. I don't get much chance to speak English, so it takes a day or so before I get into my stride. Okay, so please sit in a cross-legged posture. So we're finding the way to put forth effort, the way to sustain attention, the way to wake up to our life, wake up to our experience. So this kind of learning is a special kind of learning. And the classroom, or the place in which we do this learning, is the present moment. So we need to develop this skill of being awake and aware in the present moment, and to be able to sustain that kind of awareness for longer and longer periods. So the tool that we use to help waken the mind is to take a particular object, in this case the breath, and we make that like an anchor for our awareness. And it's important that we develop a very positive attitude towards our meditation object. The breath is always with us. So once you have developed an ability, the skill, to turn to the breath, to focus on the sensation of the breath, then wherever you go, you always can feel at home. Wherever you are in the world, whether you're alone or with others, simply turn to the breath, and you have that sense of coming home. Because the breath, as long as we're alive, the breath is never going to desert us. It's always going to be there for us. It's never going to desert us. Now the breath is part of the body. It's an activity, physical activity, which takes place free of our intention. And it's something which is not particularly exciting. So it's easy to focus and be absorbed by a movie or some new startling experience. But there's no skill involved in that. There's no mental strength developed through absorbing into a movie. But the breath is a neutral object. It's not unpleasant. It's not particularly pleasant, at least not obviously so. So we have to make an effort to be aware of the breath. If we try too hard, then we get tense. If we don't try hard enough, we get dull and sleepy. So we're trying to develop that skill of putting just the right amount of effort. One of the classic similes is of someone holding a small bird in their hand. If they hold the bird too tightly, the bird will die. If they hold the bird too loosely, the bird will fly away. So how to hold the bird so the bird doesn't fly away and the bird is not hurt? So how to be aware of the sensation of the breath without allowing the mind to wander off into memories and fantasies and imagination, but having that clarity, sharpness of mind in the present moment. Now you can use a mantra, meditation word to help you stay with the breath. Like on the in-breath, put, and on the out-breath, to, put, to. Or you can count breaths. If your mind is very agitated, counting breaths is a good technique to begin with, just until you get a sense of the breath and you're happy to be with the breath. And the way to count is to count 1 on the in-breath and 1 on the out-breath, then 2 on the in-breath and 2 on the out-breath, 3 on the in-breath, 3 on the out-breath. You go up to 5, and then reaching 5 you begin again and count 1 to 6, begin again 1 to 7, and then 1 to 8, and then 1 to 9, and then 1 to 10. And that's your challenge, to be mindful, to count without getting lost. From 1 to 5, from 1 to 6, from 1 to 7, 1 to 8, 1 to 9, 1 to 10. That's one whole cycle. And then you can try a second cycle, a third cycle. See if you can do 3 consecutive cycles. After that, the mindfulness should be sufficiently strong to leave the counting and return to the sensation of the breath. So every now and again just check your posture, that you're sitting straight, to prevent yourself getting sleepy. But if you are feeling a little bit dull, one way of dealing with that is to imagine your breath as light. So as your in-breath comes in, just feel your whole body flooded with bright light, beautiful bright light, from your head right down to your toes. And as you breathe out, you breathe you're spreading light out in all directions. So the idea, the perception of light is a very good technique to deal with dullness and sleepiness that arises.